there, Jus4SweetZ here. I am going to make today something that just sounded really good and yummy and different. I made a butter compote a few weeks ago for a camping trip. Actually, I made it for the Ballistic Barbecue, my burger entry for their contest that they had going on. And it was so good, I took it camping, and now I thought of something that might be a little bit sweet and savory and would be really good and different. So what we have is 2 cubes of unsalted butter, and they're softened at room temperature. I've been softening them overnight. And we have some bacon. It was 3 pieces of a applewood smoked bacon that I cooked kind of crispy and then let it cool and crunched it up. And some maple syrup. I have pumpkin pie spice. If you do not have pumpkin pie spice, you can substitute it with apple pie spice or just cinnamon and nutmeg, or just cinnamon, one or the other. And I know that this is not on the healthy side, but I'm going to add a little bit of the bacon grease that I'm not using this much, but I cooled it off so that I could add it to this mixture, just a little bit for the extra flavor. You can omit that out completely and just do the butter. You do not have to do that. So it's definitely not healthy. But, you know, I figured that this would be really, really good on French toast. It'd be good on pancakes. It would be good on cornbread, a muffin, or if you want it to use it in your meal, it'd be really good with sauteed green beans or pork or chicken. And it's all ready to go, and then you just have to, you know, saute your vegetables or whatever, cook your meat, and then when it's all done, plop a little spoonful on top. Now, I grew up with my mom who did a lot of Southern cooking, and a lot of my relatives did a lot of Southern cooking, like my grandmother and great aunts and stuff like that. So that's where the bacon grease comes in, because they were huge into using bacon grease. Now, as you can see, I used only about 1 teaspoon of it. But like I said, if you don't want to use that, if you're not comfortable, you can leave that out. So we have our 2 sticks of butter. Now, your hands are going to get a little greasy, but that's okay. Now we're going to take our bacon and just put that in there. I love bacon, and I love bacon and syrup together. And then we're going to add just a couple dashes of our pumpkin pie spice. We don't want it to overwhelm the flavor of everything. So if you're substituting this for with cinnamon, same thing, just a couple little dashes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use approximately, I have too big of a spoon here, but I'm going to start off using a teaspoon of maple syrup. I just want to give it a light maple flavor. I don't want it to overwhelm the butter, but just add a touch of sweetness to it and just give it some flavor. Oh, lost a piece of bacon, can't lose bacon. Let's get this out of the way. And let's mix that in. You want to make sure you see your spices in there. Now I might add 1 more little dash of that pumpkin pie spice. Just, you know, adjust it according to your taste buds. So you want to mix that in, because you want to make sure if you're using that bacon grease that you're, you know, mixing that in with the butter so that the flavor of the bacon is going all throughout. Okay, let's use a little bit more, and I'm going to add 1 more small teaspoon here of maple syrup, and I think that's it. I think that's all I'm going to use. Okay, let's mix this all in. Mix that all together. Now, I'm not going to take a big bite of this, because I'm not one to just eat a big bite of butter. It has to be melted in my food or something like that. I can't just stick my finger in butter and eat it. I don't like it enough to do that. I mean, I love it to accent things, but no, not enough to do that. Smell it. I smell the bacon, I smell the spice, and I definitely smell the maple syrup, so I think that's perfect. I have 2 pieces of wax paper here, and they like to roll up, so I might even use my syrup to hold that one corner down, and my little sugar caddy here to hold the other one down. I'm going to put this right in the center. I overlapped the 2 pieces of wax paper, and that's just because I wanted to use 2. I don't know why, but 1 would probably be sufficient. Okay, put your butter on there. And then what you're going to do, take that off, is we're going to mold this. Get your fingers a little greasy, it's okay. Or you can use your rubber spatula and mold your butter into your compote, into like the serving sizes that you would want. So this is kind of like a block of cream cheese size. And you could just slice little pieces off of there. So I think that's what I'm going to do with this one, because this butter compote, you know, you want a nice thin slice of it to go on your French toast or your pancake or your muffin. And then you might want a bigger chunk to go on top of your barbecued meat or your sauteed vegetables. And feel free, you know, when you're cooking with the meat and the vegetables and you're making it kind of a sweet and savory dish, bacon already has salt in it, but you still want to add a little bit of salt and pepper to, you know, those items, like the meat or the vegetables. One thing that would be really good to add to your meat and vegetables that would go with this well is a smoked paprika, or even like a chipotle chili powder. That would be really good, and everything's kind of like sweet and spicy. So anyway, here we go. So my hands are a little greasy. I'm going to rinse them off before I roll this. This is just a fun way to make things different for your family, for your friends. You know, it's fun to get adventurous. This would actually be really good too, like maybe on a barbecue hamburger. You know, like barbecue a burger on the grill, add a little bit of barbecue sauce to it, and then plop a little tiny spoon of this on there. Healthy, no. It's a once in a while thing. You can eat everything in moderation. Don't overdo it. Okay, I'm going to fold this over, and then that'll help me. As you see, I'm kind of, want to make sure you guys can see this. I'm folding it over, and I'm just kind of shaping my butter and pressing it together. And I'm going to take it, and I'm going to roll it again. And just kind of, you know, it doesn't have to be perfectly shaped. It's for your refrigerator, unless you want to give it to somebody. And then what I do is I just kind of gently take those ends and scrunch them together like a candy wrapper and tuck it underneath. And there you go. A maple bacon compote butter that has a little bit of bacon grease in it and some pumpkin pie spice. We use 3 slices of bacon, 2 sticks of room temperature unsalted butter, 2 teaspoons of maple syrup, and a few shakes of the pumpkin pie spice, or like I said, you can use apple pie spice or use cinnamon and nutmeg, or just cinnamon or just nutmeg, whatever you prefer. Great on French toast, pancakes, muffins. It would be good on like barbecued pork. Not barbecue sauce pork, but, you know, pork done on the grill, chicken done on the grill, sauteed green beans, lots of vegetables. It would go really well with. It gives it a sweet and savory flavor. So I hope you had fun with that. I had fun coming up with this and making it today. And if you like this video or you like this recipe, recipe, hit the like button, please. And, you know, feel free to leave me comments or anything. I love to hear them. I hope you have a wonderful day, and until next time, God bless.